He's a men's rights activist. He brings a conservative point of view to black issues. His mission, to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, JERMAIN BOTSIO.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your host, JERMAIN BOTSIO. And on today's show, we have the one, the only, Mr. Anthony Allen on Weekday Rumble. How are you doing, sir?
Fantastic, buddy. I'm telling you, I'm doing so good because these midterms are turning out to be exactly what we expected.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's going to be a red tsunami. You have people that are in denial. They don't want to believe it. But you know what? Proof is always in the pudding. November the 8th, red tsunami. They will cry. And I'm talking about liberals and Democrats. They will be crying.
Absolutely. That's why they're coming up with all this BS with this October surprise. If you look at Paul Pelosi nonsense, Paul Pelosi, his nonsense was able to be a Halloween costume. There was people out there running around with, drawers and a hammer. You get what I'm saying? Shoot, it was the talk of the town, let me tell you. Yeah. And now you can see what's going on with this Herschel Walker deal. Another one stepped out of the woodwork talking about some old stuff. It's just ridiculous. It really is. There's no shortage of women out there that seem that they want to ruin a man's career or chances of one. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right? Because we definitely going to need your help. You can see what the heck is going on. Yes. We got a lot of folks out there who are crying about the inflation, who are crying, ladies and gentlemen, about the crime. Oh, yeah. You better hit that like button. You better share. Now, somebody says, after listening to Biden's speech, I think this might turn out similar to Joe beating Trump, if you get my drift. I'm telling you, craziness. Mr. Allen, we have a fantastic line up here. A lot of folks have been waiting for the show since we posted the announcement. Yes. Are you ready to blank?
Let's go ahead and fire it up. Let's flame. Let's whack-a-mole these liberals in the ground. That's what they need to be at. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. That's what we want to do. Make sure you share, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like button. First one up. We are going to speak to you guys about what they call a TikTok challenge. The TikTok challenge is called To Steal a Kia. I kid you not. To steal a Kia. There is a case here that has made national attention. All right. 4 teens, including a young mother, killed in Buffalo, New York. Let me tell you. They allegedly stole a Kia, and they're saying it's a part of a challenge. I want to go ahead and run this. When I come back, I want to speak about this craziness. Mr. Allen, how come they don't ever have a challenge in trying to do the right thing?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
How about a challenge on reading a book?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, how about a challenge on, a calculus challenge? Some kind of positive challenge. But anyway, go ahead. We're going to get into this.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Here we go.
Tonight, 4 teens killed in a deadly upstate New York car crash involving a stolen Kia that police say may be linked to a popular TikTok challenge. Among the victims, 14-year-old Ajane Harper and 19-year-old Marcus Webster.
This is a terrible, terrible outcome for such young kids that have their entire lives in front of them.
The crash happened early Monday morning. All 5 passengers in the car were ejected from the stolen Kia. The sole survivor, a 14-year-old girl, is still in a hospital, authorities say.
We need to do a thorough investigation to find out what happened and what the appropriate charges are against the driver.
Police say the 16-year-old Kia driver has now been charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle and criminal possession of the stolen property.
They are very easy, unfortunately, to steal. You can look up the information that's been put out there.
He's talking about the viral sensation dubbed the Kia Challenge, an internet trend that shows how to steal Kias and Hyundais built in the last decade with something as simple as a cell phone charger or even USB cable.
Pull it down and then break it down.
And getting away in seconds. Earlier this year, a group known as the Kia Boys wreaking absolute havoc in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Stealing cars, then going on reckless joyrides. Motor vehicle thefts in Milwaukee have surged in the last 2 years, more than double 2020, with nearly 7,000 car thefts so far this year. In a 2-week window in July, nearly half of the 56 cars stolen in St. Petersburg, Florida, were Kia or Hyundai models, according to police.
They tell us they learned it on the internet or they learned it from another friend. It just continues to spread like wildfire.
Police say St. Paul, Minnesota is experiencing similar problems. As of July of this year, 212 Hyundais and 248 Kias have been stolen. Last year, just 39 Hyundais and 24 Kias. This summer, video showed a Kia Forte that was reported stolen, driving erratically and dangerously as a police helicopter followed throughout the city. The car eventually struck the center concrete median twice before becoming disabled. All 4 occupants ran off, but were later arrested by authorities. All teenagers, the victims caught off guard.
It was kind of shocking. I thought, with the newer cars that you had to have the key.
Okay, Morgan, this is such a wild story. I understand Kia has now just come out with a response to this latest deadly incident.
Yeah, Tom, they have. Just in fact, within the last few minutes, we heard from the car maker who says their hearts are with the Buffalo area community where this deadly crash took place. Kia says they're concerned about this apparent spike in car thefts, and that's why they are providing free wheel locking devices to law enforcement agencies in affected areas all across the nation. And we're also hearing from TikTok. The company says it doesn't condone the actions in any of these Kia Challenge videos, and they say that if they're found going forward, those videos will be removed from the platform entirely.
Mr. Allen, my goodness gracious, I bet them Chinese folks are into that. Trying to take down videos that are, terrorizing Americans. Let me tell you. This TikTok and all this stuff here, this is American BS stuff. Americans are into dumb stuff like this. Hey, let's hold our breath while swimming next to sharks and let's put it on TV. That's the stuff that Americans are into. They're into dumb stuff like this. TikTok stealing Kias and then running around and videotaping your joyride and things of this nature. This type of stuff has always been around, ladies and gentlemen. They've been stealing cars and acting wild for a very long time. This sensation about showing off how to do it, let me tell you, and these certain challenges haven't been around. This is a new type of phenomenon. And let me tell you something, with the amount of single mamas out there and daddies ain't at the crib, let me tell you something, this going to continue to keep going forward. I can tell you that. Mr. Allen, what do you think about this here? 4 Negroes ran around stealing Kias. You know what I'm saying? One of them had a hair hat on. In Detroit, in Milwaukee, they got a group called the Kia Boys. No, but Negroes stealing Kias. My goodness gracious, trying to put the Japanese folks under. What do you think here, sir?
You know, this is a terrible outcome, of course, but you know, it is a consequence of foolish and dangerous pranks. You know that there was a prank where they were swallowing Tide Pods, these big things of Tide, and they would swallow these pods of Tide. That was a prank on the internet one time, Facebook, Twitter, somewhere, could have been even TikTok. But you know, calling these pranks is a misnomer because a prank is something that doesn't, you know, cause a crime or a felony, and certainly not death. You know, a prank is supposed to be funny, but now they have upped the level. Now you go to the TikTok prank and you commit felonies in the prank. And you're right about this whole thing here. You see Negroes, and we spell that Kneegrows. You know, these are Negroes, a new hybrid of people that do the most stupidest things imaginable. Of course, they end up blaming white people for this whole stupidity that they are so accustomed to. But let's get back to these four people. One of them was a mother. Okay. Now, this woman, this mother, she did nothing to protect her baby.
Yep.
And this is also a trend in the Black community where, you know, babies, little children are just pushed to the side, aborted, done away with. And so here's this trend now. Instead of this woman, this girl, bless her heart, instead of her, you know, protecting life, protecting the baby, what does she do? She hangs out with a bunch of thugs stealing cars. That just shows you the low level that we've come to.
There you go.
But, you know, you mentioned some other thing, too, that was very interesting. You talked about how come they don't have other challenges?
Yep.
Okay. You know, let's have a book reading challenge. Okay. Let's have a math challenge. Why do these Black people pick up all the criminal challenges?
There you go.
You have some liberals out there, they will probably, you know, castigate us because we are talking about this issue of Black people picking the wrong stuff.
Absolutely.
Have a challenge, sign up for college. Have a challenge to see can you make straight A's. Why do all the Black people have challenges that are criminal?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Remember the knockout game? Another challenge, right? Anthony Allen, how about the catch a thief challenge? Right? The catch a criminal challenge. What about that? How about not to get a baby mama challenge? You get what I'm saying? Anthony Allen, I got a challenge off the yin yang. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This is absolute nonsense. It is. You know, you have a young teen mom, and I can tell you, being a teen mom nowadays is not out of the ordinary. There's teen moms from here to Pakistan, and they're raising crappy children, and I don't care who get mad at me. Single moms, by and large, do not raise very good children at all. They don't. And when they are allowed to raise children in a city and the men are being chased by the government for the moolah that they don't have, let me tell you something. This is what happens to their children. They're out there running amok. I can tell you, Anthony Allen, these children don't have a good family member at home. They don't have a good mama at home. If you speak to them, they probably don't even know their daddy. Dad is running, ducking from the government. You know, we need to really change the way a lot of these children are raising themselves. We also need to change the way that we approach parenting as well, Anthony Allen. One of the big things in this country we have to change, another one, is the way that we look at social media. That is the biggest thing. If you look at parents nowadays, they don't care what their children are looking at as long as their children are not bothering them. That is the generation of parents that we have nowadays. And we have to change that. Parents have to care about what their children are looking into. And we have to have parents, not just a parent. if you speak to most folks who are raised by single mamas, they have their mama's attitude and that pride. Hey, I was raised by a single mama and I turned out fine, Jermaine. There's nothing wrong as long as you have one parent there who loves the child. As long as you have one, Anthony Alley, as long as you have one, that's all you need. And we have to change that mentality. Yes, one is all you need to raise a gosh darn puppy and a kitty. But we want to raise children, a whole human being. Anthony Allen, last words here, sir.
Yeah, I am with you 100%, Jermaine BOTSIO. This whole idea that, Black people, 80% of the children are born out of wedlock. So we are constantly talking to people who were born out of wedlock.
Yep.
And so, as you say, when you talk to a man that has been brought up like this, it's almost as if you're talking to a child sometimes.
Yep.
Like they're very, very emotional, very, very angry. And it's because their mother taught them to be angry with their father. And so any other man that talks to them man to man, well, they're angry with everybody.
Yep.
Okay. And so this trend has been all over America, where you had these, young boys, young men raised by their mamas. And then too, what happens too is that the mothers are not very good at all.
Nope.
But they blame the fathers. The father's not there. The mother is the one that's there. And then if the boy, if the girl, if they do good, mama gets the credit.
Yep.
Because she's there. If they do bad, the absent father gets the blame.
Wait, you lie.
So like you can imagine what goes on with this strange pathology.
Yep.
But many Blacks, they elevate the single parent. Okay. They don't elevate the marriage. They elevate being a single parent. And you mentioned this too, Jermaine BOTSIO. They should change the tax structure such that it elevates marriage.
Yep.
The tax structure is designed for single parenting, not for marriages. Okay. You get penalized somewhat. But if you're a single parent, oh my gosh, you get all kinds of benefits.
All sorts of benefits.
Hey, I want to thank Christian D. Walker for the contribution.
Absolutely.
Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely. Shout out to Christian Walker. Absolutely. And shout out to John Lennon. Absolutely. And Pookie Martinez taking the challenge. Absolutely. Yes. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you all. Absolutely. We need to uplift families. Not this fake version of a family, not all this other nonsense. And I want the women to understand out there, the men that are out there, a lot of them are raised by single mamas. A lot of y'all complain that ain't no real men out there, right? The men are running, right? And one thing I want the ladies to understand something. One thing. Usually when men are raised by their mama, the women complain that the men don't treat them correctly. I want the women to let that sink in. With all the men that are raised by their mama, how come the men don't treat the women very good? The women will tell you. They'll tell you all day long that when they date men who are raised by the mama, they don't get treated very well. And that should let the women know something about the way they raise their children and the way their children value them and their relationship. It's very important for a man to be there so that the young men, the young boys can see how a man treats a woman. They don't get to see that. They usually see mama who's overworked, not enough help, being frustrated, irritated, and getting ready to whoop some ass. That's what they see mama doing. and mama shouldn't be in that position. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up, I want to speak to you guys about a viral video with Kanye West. He speaks his mind on abortion and the media. A lot of folks are mad at him still, let me tell you. And this video ain't quelling down the hatred. I can tell you that. Man, it might have been threw some gasoline on it. I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. I want to get you guys' take on it. Make sure you share. Hit that like button. We need your help. Here we go.
In America, black people don't take all the rights that we have that are actually given to us. Because we weren't given what we were promised in the first place, which was the 40 acres. Instead, we were given... And a mule. And a mule. Instead, we were given projects and bad food and posters of Oprah Winfrey. And also Planned Parenthood. People said to me multiple times, visit the Holocaust Museum. I said, visit our Holocaust Museum. It's called Planned Parenthood. 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, and I am sorry for your losses. 20 million blacks died to abortion, and Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger with the real KKK as population control. Margaret Sanger is a eugenics and is working today. The #1 cause of death for black people in America is abortion. The most dangerous place for a black man today, or black baby, black woman, is in their mother's stomach. And that is a programming that's pushed through, I got a new word for 2024, the red media. That is the red media. If you go to Apple right now, go to Apple Music. Let's load up the top 10 songs. I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killing. Absolutely. Not just one. They're promoting black. The red media is making money off of blacks being serial killers to each other. And it is our time now. Blacks are coming into money. We are not scared anymore. And I showed you.
And I'm going to stop it right here. Line. So, man, oh man. He was speaking about the Jewish media. Now he's speaking about the regular media. He's speaking about Planned Parenthood, Negroes who are raised by the mama, a whole bunch of them. You know what they're saying right now, Anthony Allen? Yay's crazy.
Yep.
He crazy. He over here wearing a White Lives Matter shirt. He smoked some bad weed. Anthony Allen, it was some bad weed. The weed had fungus and mold on it. I swear. What do you think about this here, sir?
You know, this is fantastic because, you know, what has happened to Kanye West will only make him better, okay? And the best thing that happened to Kanye West throughout all of this is getting rid of Kim Kardashian, okay? Kanye West has skills. He has talents. And, you know, Kim Kardashian, what does she have? She has a big butt, okay? They turned Kim Kardashian's big butt into a skill and a talent.
Yep.
And this is really, really bad for the psyche, okay? And the mainstream media, they went as far as making Kim having a big butt something to be sane.
Yep.
And they said, well, you know, Kanye West having some real talents, that is insanity. Okay, so you have people, they don't want to figure out how Kanye West got to where he got to, because that takes skill and talent and know-how. You have to work at that. But they want to go the easy route, particularly women, and they say, you know what? I want to make it. All I have to do now is what? Boom, boom, boom. Have a big butt, and they can be famous just like Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
Okay. The other point too is that Kanye West is saying what conservatives say, Republicans say, Christians say, what they are saying, they have been saying for decades. And he is correct. Planned Parenthood is America's Holocaust.
Yep, it is.
And Planned Parenthood is America's genocide.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why the Black population is pegged. It's stuck at what, 13, 14, maybe even 15%.
Yep.
And that reason is because of abortion. If we were to take that number of 20 million people, 20 million babies aborted, and extrapolate that out, you would probably have a population of Black people close to 40%. That's a huge, huge number. We have killed, murdered all of these babies, Black babies. Our population is half the size that it would be. The Hispanic population has surpassed the Black population, and we've been in the country longer. Okay, so this is a tragedy, and Kanye West is speaking the truth about this. But as conservatives, you and I, we've been talking about this for a lot much longer than Kanye West has. Now, when Kanye West speaks, he reminds me of Rush Limbaugh. He reminds me of Donald Trump, Martin Luther King, and Moses. And these men, all they had to do was keep their mouth shut, and they would be at ease in Zion. They would be comfortable in Egypt. However, when Kanye West spoke to the power structure in the same way that Rush Limbaugh did, Trump did, Moses did, and King did, when he started doing that, he paid the price for that. But the price that he paid was this: he gained his freedom. Okay, he was no longer attached to these people anymore. And not only did he gain his freedom for speaking to the power structure, he will also lead many, many other people free. Okay?
Absolutely.
Kanye West will lead a lot of people, stuck in this rut, and they will be able to speak out and be free, just like Kanye West, just like Rush Limbaugh, just like President Trump. And that's what it takes. Even though Black people are angry with him, because Black people are short, they don't have a long-term memory. They are very short-sighted. Because something bad happens, they think it happens all the time. But this bad thing for Kanye will be better in the long run for him. And so Kanye West, he will be okay.
Absolutely. He has got his freedom back, his soul back. He's gotten the freedom to speak, to say what he wants. He's not being controlled by the media, not being controlled by Kim Kardashian's big butt or the Democrat Party. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He is a free man. I mean, a lot of folks out there can't even say they're free. You have to go to work every day, right? If you don't go to work, guess what? You don't eat, you don't sleep. He don't have to go to work no more. He still don't have to go to work, even though they kicked him off the billionaire list, right? All the wealthy Jews in the media said, you speaking that right-wing stuff, right? And they try to take him away. That's fine. He will still, ladies and gentlemen, still be fine. So, in my personal opinion, just like you said, he'll be better in the long run. I really do think so. And there's another man who's absolutely upset about him. He goes by the name of Steven Jackson. He is a family member of Floyd Mayweather. Not Floyd Mayweather, George Floyd. Excuse me, sorry. Wrong Negro. Wrong Negro. Let me go ahead and run this when it come back. I want to speak about it. Steven Jackson is mad at Kanye for bringing up George Floyd. Take a look. Here we go.
What up, world? Hey, Kanye, I just saw your video. First off, Roxanne could care less what you think about her hat. That's number one. We ain't gonna talk about that bullshit you be wearing and marking it up for your own people to pay for. But we ain't gonna talk about that. You say stupid shit, you get stupid prizes. Nobody asked you to say nothing about George Floyd, but you decided to say it on your own. So you're gonna pay the consequences. Roxy was minding her business. Gianna was minding her business. Oh, and also, Roxanne and Gianna and the family is two different people. She don't stand with the family, and the family don't stand with her. They had different lawyers during the whole court process. They had different lawyers. And for y'all that don't know, Kanye delusional. You didn't give Gianna $2 million. She got $250,000 that they broke down through families that Roxanne is giving back to you. You got a lot of problems, dog, but if you want to address somebody, come address me. I'm speaking for the family. I've been speaking for the family, and I've been editing you at every post. You didn't have to say nothing about Georgia. We were supporting you in everything you was doing, and still support you. But every time you speak on Georgia, you're going to learn your lesson. Keep Georgia's name out your mouth, and that's for you and everybody else. Signing out. Come see me.
Bow. So the Negro, Steven Jackson, he's a Negro who's still in chains. You see the chains around his neck? Yeah, the Negro's still in chains. They may be some rich looking chains, but gosh darn it, they chains. What do you think about this here? He's talking about, hey, keep George Floyd's name out your mouth. You're delusional, all sorts of stuff like this. How come he ain't speaking about fentanyl Floyd and how, he should really be promoting, staying off drugs? What do you think?
Kanye West, I think he should take advice from the Bible. And the Bible says, come out from among them. Okay. He should just come out from among them. Now, I do not think that Rush Limbaugh, Trump, Moses, and King should shut up. I don't think that Kanye West should shut up also. Okay. I think that he should not be playing whack-a-mole with Steven Jackson. Okay. Kanye West does not need to apologize to the family. And, Kanye West has a difference of opinion when it comes to the death of, George Floyd.
Yep.
Many people have a difference of opinion when it comes to the death of George Floyd. However, now we have a situation that, in America, you have people that they really do want to cancel you and take away your freedom of speech just because you disagree with them. But one thing that really is ugly about this whole situation is that George Floyd's baby mama, she's a millionaire.
Yep.
She's not a millionaire because of anything that she worked for.
Nope.
She's not a millionaire because of anything George Floyd, the criminal, worked for. She's a millionaire because George Floyd got killed. Okay. A career criminal got killed. That's why she is a millionaire. So she takes that $1 million, and instead of her investing that money, instead of her being on vacation somewhere, she wants to get back at that Negro, Kanye West. That's what you call ghetto.
Yep.
She should be on vacation somewhere. She should be in school somewhere. She should, be trying to figure out and learn how to handle $1 million. But she's not doing that. She's going back to the ghetto. She reminds me of, that quarterback named Michael Vick.
Yep,
making millions of dollars and fighting dogs. Okay, that's what she's doing. She's making $1 million and wants to go back to the ghetto with it. Now, there's a saying that this saying, Jermaine BOTSIO, it goes like this: you can take the person, or you can take the Negro out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the Negro.
Yep.
Okay, and that's how it goes, and that's what we have here. And Kanye West, he needs to come out from among them.
Yep.
He's better than they are. He's on a higher plane than they are. He can say what he has to say, but you don't go down into ghetto, into the gutter with people like that. You stay above them.
Absolutely, because the thing is, Anthony Allen, they will never, ever in their mind respect him if he's sitting there trying to be at their same level, playing the nigga game is what I call it. Where you say, hey, I'm a nigga just like you. I ain't got no water. Hey, I can't pay my bills. I'm a nigga just like you. That's what niggas do when they get money. And you know what I'm talking about, Anthony Allen, right?
Yeah.
You'll get a black person, get some money. All of a sudden, he's trying to say, you know what? I'm not going to act bougie. I'm going to still act like I'm still a downtrodden Negro. You get what I'm saying? So instead of him to go to the nice store with his Cadillac, he driving his Cadillac through the hood still. Niggas see him, and you know what they do? Niggas rob him in his Cadillac. And then he got the nerve to say, you know what? I'm not going to come back here anymore. Well, that is the nature of the environment. It is. It's a dog-eat-dog world. That's what my father used to say about the hood. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You know, everybody's trying to dog each other. There's no unity that is there. You get what I'm saying, Anthony Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have folks like, you know, Steven Jackson and these type of folks, they're trying to be kings amongst rats. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're trying to be the king rat amongst other rats.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's what they call a real nigga. A real nigga is a king among rats. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't want to grow up and, you know, be a regular person. He want to be the head criminal amongst other criminals. That's what a real nigga is. That's what most niggas achieve to be in life. I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen. I kid you not. Instead of trying to be a good, decent human being a person who can think for themselves, you can't do that if you want to be a king amongst rats. And that's what Steven Jackson is doing. That's what what's it, that stupid his friend, that some other dude, I forgot what his name is, but he does the same sort of thing as well. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that like button, make sure you do share. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Yvette Romick. Yvette Romick took our challenge on PayPal. Shout out to Yvette Romick. Shout out to you.
Hey, Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
I have a controversy that's been brewing.
Okay, go ahead.
A friend of mine actually is acquainted with Kim Kardashian. They met in a restaurant. They were sitting, and so her position is that Kim Kardashian does not have a big butt. Okay. Oh. So whenever I say that, she said, no, you have it all wrong, Anthony Allen. I've seen Kim Kardashian, but
gosh darn it, then what is it behind there? Some pillows?
But something is there, okay? We don't know what it is, but maybe at the time she was seen, she didn't have the padding there.
That's what I'm saying.
Padding is there now. I don't know, but it's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Boy, oh boy, my friends, I'm telling you.
That is hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor.
Because, Kim Kardashian does or does not have a big butt.
Well, gosh darn it, she got a lot of padding behind there. I can tell you that. That padding's up there. Next one up. I want to speak to you about bombshell documents. We spoke a little bit about this last night, and it deals with DHS plan to censor social media. Take a look at this. Here we go. Well, actually, before we do that, I want to speak about a young man. Well, a old man. Well, a middle-aged man, I should say. He's African American. He's a very light-skinned African American. Light skin. When I say African American, to get some white folks, man, no, he's not. No, he's not. I say, gosh darn it, his parents from Africa. God, you better stop it. A young
Jermaine,
African American.
Jermaine, you know, when you call Elon Musk an African American, it's like I tell people that blacks fought for the Confederates.
Yep.
They go crazy. They don't understand that, you know.
Yep.
It's a something that just, you know, messes with their head to call a white man an African American that is actually from Africa.
Yep.
He would be an African American, and to tell another black man that blacks fought on the side of the Confederacy.
I'm telling you, it blows their mind. It really do. You see what racism do?
Yeah.
It blow people's mind. It really does. I want you guys to take a look at this. Elon Musk entering Twitter headquarters after the $44 billion deal. Take a look at this. Here we go. I'm telling you. Let me play it again. Make sure you guys share. Bow. So Elon Musk, he enters Twitter. He is the sole controller of Twitter. Absolutely. And shout out to OregonLive.com. Their business section says Elon Musk fires Twitter board as he contemplates big changes for the site. He's talking about really making it what they call, free. It's a free site for you to speak freely. All right. Apparently, he made himself sole board member, and he fired all the board members. And he accordingly filed Monday with the Security and Exchange Commission. So, Anthony Allen, my goodness gracious, the Twitter takeover is over. And I also want to show people this, because this seems to be a very big controversy that is brewing right now. And I want to go ahead and transition. Make sure you guys share. For Halloween, Elon Musk apparently posed in what they call in a Baphomet suit. This is what people are saying. On the suit here, it looks like there is a goat's head. Look like a symbol of Baphomet. And when you get closer, you can see a upside down cross. Now, a lot of conservatives, as soon as they seen this, they said, oh no. Anthony Allen, my goodness gracious. What do you think about that? Elon Musk, I don't know his his religious affiliation. I don't know much about his philosophy. But it does say something to wear that type of attire on a Luciferian holiday. What do you think here, sir?
Starting with the attire and then getting back to him, taking over Twitter. This is like a Halloween, okay? And I've known people, Christians, non-Christians, they like to wear the devil suit.
Mm-hmm.
Have a devil, it's red, you got horns, you got various ways of, showing that you're devils, or you wear some kind of scary costume. I see this just as a very, very expensive costume. The costume was about $7,000.
Golly.
I think it says very, very little for about, who he is religiously. He never lets that be known, and he's always trolling. He's the world's richest
He
man.
certainly is.
Okay, and it's Halloween, so he wants to go out there and buy something controversial, something really far out. He pays $7,000, which is a drop in the bucket for him, pennies for him, for a double costume that has Baphomet on it. I mean, it's just a costume. He's going to take that costume off after one day, and he's going to go run Twitter. Okay, he's going to go shoot some rockets into space. He's going to go and control these satellites that are circling the atmosphere. So it's just a get up for him, and I don't see anything, concerning about that. It's just as if someone wore a double costume to me. He's still going to be an African American entrepreneur.
Yep.
But, I do think that Elon Musk is getting off to a great start. I think that he has a great sense of humor. This guy buys Twitter for $44 billion. Then he just, fired the top 3 people there. He even fired the witch that, canceled and censored Trump. He fired that woman that took Trump off of Twitter.
Yep.
Okay, then he comes back and he locks out all the engineers so that they can't modify the code. He gives that code to his engineers so they can look at it and maybe make some changes to it. Now he's going to fire half of the employees, and he's going to charge the blue check people $8 per month. Okay, and to top that off, what does he do? He fact checks Hillary Clinton. Okay, that's what he does. Then this guy, he walks into his newly acquired Twitter, $44 billion. He walks in there carrying a sink.
I know, I see it.
Now, what does that mean? All it means is all that he's done, let that sink in.
Yep, let that sink in.
He's a bad boy.
He's a very bad boy. I'm with you, Anthony Allen. Starting off with the suit here, I can understand Christians getting mad. Hey, Jermaine, gosh darn it, I think he's with Satan. Blah, blah, and blah. It's very easy to troll Christians. It is very easy to troll Christians. Even this Hocus Pocus 2 movie that's on Disney. There's Christians on Facebook, on Twitter, on every social media site. Hey, if you watch Hocus Pocus, you're going to be butt naked doing spells in your bathroom. Yeah, all sorts of dumb stuff like that. So I understand, right? And I know folks out there, hey, Jermaine, they're teaching our children how to do black magic, right? I understand. But if you know about black magic, there's a little bit more to it. Oh, I'm just being honest. Do some research on black magic. Yeah, some of you Christians out there, do some research on black magic. See how it works. See how them suckers do black magic, and then start looking at Hocus Pocus and start looking at the other stuff that you're running your lips about, and then come speak to me. Yeah, you'll be like, you know what? I was foolish for that. Yeah. But it's all make-believe is what they presented, but in a sense, there is what they call black magic. Right? Where that's a different territory. Now, folks are saying that, hey, Jermaine, he's transhumanist. Now, I've heard about this before. I've seen documentaries on transhumanism. When it comes to Elon Musk and the transhumanist push, he's at the forefront, right? And if you don't know what transhumanist is humans merging with machines.
Yes.
All right? Merging with computers, AI. That's what Elon Musk is up to. Oh, yeah, he's up to that. They have he's trying to do something with a chip. They showed it on a YouTube special. You can look it up. Put a chip on a monkey and on a pig, and then they're able to communicate with that animal. All right, I kid you not, it's crazy. He's into stuff like this. So when I see him doing the the stuff like that, I understand. I totally understand that. Do I know if he's a Luciferian? Is he into black magic? Is he into worshiping these lower astral creatures? I don't know. But I'm going to tell folks out there, yes, there's folks who do that. Just like you believe God is real, they believe Baphomet, and those folks are real as well. When you sit down and pray to God, pray to whoever, they pray to them too. So I want folks to understand, I don't dismiss this at all, but I do, in a sense, because of the type of nonsense he does in his life. Even his kids' names. You know his kids' name, X, Y, Z, and all a chromosome and all sorts of dumb stuff. He's about that. He's weird. He is. Even his last girlfriend they had a baby with. Weird. She's weird. A liberal female. Weird ass female. Mr. Anthony Allen, last words on this here, sir.
Yeah, he is weird like that. But we have Christians, they wear the scary mask, and they've been wearing the devil's outfit, uniform, or costume for a very, 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 very long time. Okay, so he gets a lot of attention because he's rich and because he's always in the spotlight. So he could wear a normal suit and tie on Halloween, and people would make hay out of that. It doesn't matter what he does. He's always going to get attention. Okay. And so, but he's still the world's richest man. He just bought Twitter. He loves to troll also. He loves that. Everywhere he goes, he gets attention, and he tries to garner more attention and reap a benefit from that attention. I mean, he's just a publicity hound. He loves that. So that uniform and carrying the sink, that's part of Elon Musk. That's just who he is. And we're going to hear more about him because now he owns Twitter.
Absolutely. Look at this suit here. $7,000 to wear something like this. I would have roasted him.
Yeah, $7,000. So
he deserved to be roasted for wearing something like this. I'm telling you, $7,000. Where is the gold? Where is the diamonds? Gosh darn, $7,000 for this leather Baphomet crap right here. I mean, my goodness gracious. He must be going to a swing party that night. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Allen, wearing all that leather like that. Let's go ahead and move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Absolutely. Make sure you do share. We're going to need your help. Maybe some of y'all want to get that suit. I don't know. Okay, next one up. I want to speak about DHS bombshell plan to censor social media. Here we go. Make sure you share.
Documents obtained by The Intercept are revealing that Facebook and Twitter were closely collaborating with the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI to police what they call as disinformation on everything from the withdrawal of our troops from Afghanistan to the origins of COVID. Now, the documents also reveal that an FBI agent named Laura Demlow was in direct communication with Facebook and helped spearhead the decision to suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story in 2020. Now, one of the more remarkable findings from investigative journalist Lee Fang, who uncovered this, was that Facebook and Twitter created special portals for the government to rapidly request takedowns of content. And how did DHS justify all of this? Well, they argued that, of course, false information is a source of radicalization and violence. In other words, it's licensed to censor their political opponents. Joining me now is Miranda Devine, New York Post columnist, Fox News contributor, author of The Laptop from Hell. Miranda, can't think of a better guest tonight.
All right, and I'm going to stop it right here. So, leaked documents, you can see, were revealed that DHS plans to censor social media. They had a portal where they could just, upload posts that they had a problem with, and they were censored. That's absolutely ridiculous. Now, Karen Jean-Pierre, White House press secretary, has no idea how the Biden administration will address and work to censor social media posts. Take a look at this.
There was reporting in The Intercept about opportunities for the federal government to identify for social media companies different posts that contained what was perceived as misinformation about the origins of COVID, the vaccine, other things as well, such as Ukraine or the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Yeah, look, I'll say this: the administration, the Biden administration, remains fully committed to our mission to protect the security and resilience of our elections and safeguard election infrastructure. That includes combating disinformation. That is something that we are committed to. We work to protect that, protect Americans from disinformation that threatens the homeland, including malicious efforts spread by foreign adversaries, began before the Disinformation Governance Board was established. In fact, some of that work began before this administration. So, I want to be very clear that cross-agency work continues to this day. Don't want to get ahead of anything else. This is a Department of Homeland Security, so I would refer you to them.
So you are flagging misinformation.
I don't have anything more to add. This is a Department of Homeland Security that I would refer you to.
Wow. Department of Homeland Security. So, Anthony Allen, she will not divulge what they're doing to censor social media posts, and they're using disinformation as the vehicle to get it done. What do they deem in your eyes as disinformation?
First of all, Karine Jean-Pierre, she is a hack.
Absolutely.
She is way, way out of her league. She is confused. She's always thumbing through her notebook looking for the right answer. And, I want to say this. You've said it. I've said it. I'm not going to pull any punches. She was hired because she is a lesbian.
Absolutely.
She's Black, and she's a female, and she wears a curly fry hairdo.
Absolutely. Got a hair hat. Yep.
That's why she was, hired. She has no expertise at this level of communications. In fact, she communicates very, very poorly. Mm-hmm. And you could tell from just watching her, she is not engaged. She is not in the loop, in other words. At that level, she is supposed to be at all the meetings, understanding what's taking place in that administration, and she's not. She reminds me of someone that's not in the loop, and like an hour before the meeting, they give her a notebook. Mm-hmm. She's not familiar with anything in the notebook, and whenever she asks a question, she thumbs through that notebook trying to find something. So I could tell that she is not in the loop, and whenever she is speaking, she's always looking down at that notebook, reading from the notebook. So she's not very, very good. But rolling back up to these people that have been using Twitter and Facebook, this story is an old story because this story was broke probably in 2021 by Dr. Shiva, MIT professor,
Mm.
that ran for a office in Massachusetts.
Yep, I
He
remember Dr.
lost that
Shiva.
race, and he discovered that there was a portal that the government could use in order to, limit free speech. It's a portal that they can use, and Twitter allows government officials and high-level business people to use this portal to go into and to shut down and to stop, Twitter posts or Facebook posts that they disagree with. So you're right, Jermaine BOTSIO. They have this nexus now between the big tech people and the government. If the government wants to get something done, the government no longer goes to the people and have an election and have some votes and have some petitions and and some conversations. Now, government, what do? They go to big tech. They bypass the people, and this is what is taking place. And so this story really broke a year ago, but Dr. Shiva wasn't the big, story maker. He's a small fry guy, some kind of professor. They probably call him a nutty professor that discovered this portal. But of course, when it all broke down for President Trump, he's a big guy. So now it's a story. So Fox News, they are like a year behind. But this is a big story, and I am glad that they are getting some traction on it because it is extraordinarily dangerous. This is what Marxists do. The government now merges with the business, and they become one. And there's no more people involved. It's just government and the business. Like no more elections. All the elections are fraud. They're cheating in the elections.
Yep,
and
that's
this
how
is
it
what
is
taking
now.
place now.
That's exactly how it is right now. Anthony Allen, they don't even have to go and speak to anybody to sway them about ideas or about a person anymore. They'll have the media, which is paid by the government anyway, right? And then they'll go ahead and put out the stories they want. And then the stories they want traction, they'll go ahead and tell the social media company, go ahead and allow this story to flourish here. And the thing about this, get rid of that. That's the type of stuff that is going on. And ladies and gentlemen, that is very scary. We don't have enough media in this country reporting on it. And the national media in this country does not care about it at all, because they are in the pockets of the people who are doing this. And this is big level folks, ladies and gentlemen. These are folks that me and you don't even know about. Rich families here in America that me and you don't even know about. Families that started the railroads. Old families, old as hell. Some of them British, old as hell. We don't even know about them. Those are the people who are running it. And now we figure out that it's not really even the politicians who are running our country. It's oligarchs here in America. Old families, old rich folks. That's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. And we are now having a base of politicians that are selected, not elected. And that is very, very, very scary. Last words on this here, sir.
Yeah, this is very scary. This has been going on for quite some time, and the depth of the collaboration hasn't even been looked at closely. When you have Homeland Security, how about the IRS? How about these other people like the FBI, the CIA? They are going into these social media accounts, and they have a dashboard that's very easy for them to use. And they can say, we don't like what that guy said, zap him away. We don't like what this person said. Well, this statement here is not conforming to our position, so we'll get rid of that statement also. And so this is very, very dangerous. And hopefully people, our politicians, will start looking at this nexus that is existing between the government and big tech.
Absolutely. Imagine somebody saying, "Hey, don't you worry about campaigning too hard. Don't you worry. We got this in the bag for you. Don't you worry about that." That's the way a lot of these elections are being ran. That's why they try so hard right now to say, "Hey, there's nothing wrong with our election. We're about fair, free election. Fair, free election." They're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, to let you know right away. And it's a psychological thing that folks do when they're trying to finesse you into play you. They start doing stuff like that and behaving in that manner. Hey, or what are you trying to say here, that our elections aren't fair and free? Right? They know that if majority of the population figures that out, that, hey, the elections are selected, not elected, there will be trouble in this country, and they know it. And there will be trouble for the big folks. They know this. So they have to, at all costs, say, hey, the elections are fair. They are fair. What are you talking about? Even if you're on social media now and just even allude to it, they try to take you off. That's how fast the Luciferians are. They will take you off. The big wigs at a lot of these, media companies, you see Fox News even stopped talking about the elections and stuff like that, right? But what's that? Newsmax did too. They're all doing it, and it's because, ladies and gentlemen, this country ain't free. It ain't. Think I'm playing? Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Kanye West let you know the country ain't free. Somebody owns it. Yeah, when Kanye West could have spoke about anybody. He spoke about Jews and he spoke about the media. Look at what's going on to him. If he spoke about white folks in the media, he would be fine. I'm letting you know. He spoke about high-level Jews, and he specified it. And look what's happening to him. You got to be dumb and retarded not to know that, hey, there's some owners here, and they are of a specific creed. You got to be dumb and retarded not to know that. Gotta be. Got to be. Because if you can speak about everybody and their mama, you can speak about Jesus, you can speak about God, you can speak about everybody. Hold on. Everybody! Speak about everybody, and you ain't losing chips like this.
That's right.
You speak about the Jews, gosh darn it. They trying to ruin your whole life. They trying to put you beneath the devil. That should let you know who's running it. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. And last but not least, we want to speak about Herschel Walker. They're not going to leave him alone. Barack Obama said that if he wins, it comes down to him being a celebrity. Yeah, Barack, the magical Negro. The poop-stained Obama. Yes. He got poop stains. I want to go ahead and run this story here. A second woman has came out. She has came forward and said that Herschel Walker dipped his chocolate in her vanilla, and the little droplets that was left, he didn't want her to keep it. Herschel Walker said, "You better get rid of them little droplets. You better." This is what she's saying. Let me go ahead and run it when it come back. I want to speak about it. I want to speak about these little chocolate droplets here. Here we go.
ABC News exclusive tonight, the second woman who accused Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker of pressuring her to have an abortion, speaking on camera tonight for the first time with our Juju Chang. Walker, who has campaigned against abortion rights, his response tonight, and what she brought to the interview. Here's Judu Chang.
Tonight, the second woman to accuse Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker of paying for an abortion, appearing on camera for the first time in an interview with ABC News.
I've kept this to myself for 30 years. I protected him.
At her request, we agreed to call her Jane Doe. She claims she had a 6-year affair with Walker that began in the late 80s when he was married to his first wife. In 1993, she says she got pregnant.
He was very clear that he did not want me to have the child. And he said that
droplets.
He said that because of his wife's family and
look at
powerful
Gloria
people
all red. You can't trust them
around him, that I would not be safe.
You got that witch along with you.
Would not be safe.
That's very menacing.
It is very menacing. It is very menacing.
See,
And I
guys
felt
need to start doing
threatened,
this.
And I
went out with her.
Thought I had
she
no
didn't even
choice.
cook me no
She tells
food.
us she went to the abortion clinic, but
I
couldn't go
slept
through with
with
it,
her. She
claiming
didn't
that
cook
when she
me no
later told
food.
Walker, he
The
became
next
upset.
morning, my
He
mouth
came
was
to my
dry.
house and picked me up.
How you gonna do this to
Drove me to
me?
the clinic.
I'm telling
And
you.
I went in alone, and he waited in the car while I went in and had the procedure.
Jane Doe says Walker gave her cash to pay for the abortion. She has no records or receipts of the payment or the procedure. Walker today denounced her claims as a lie from some woman I do not know.
I'm telling you, 30 years. 30 years ago, boy.
I'm like, wow, man, I'm doing things I never knew I even done before, but it's okay because we only got a couple of days left.
Though Walker says he does not know her, Jane Doe showed us cards and letters she said she received from him. She showed us hotel receipts from that era, and this photo she took of Walker asleep. She shared a
Dang, she
voicemail.
got
She
you
says he left her
sleeping
when
and
he went to the Olympic
everything.
Games in
Maybe she
1992.
got one of him eating chicken.
Jane Doe's lawyer, Gloria Allred, put us in touch with two women who told us that in the 1990s, Jane Doe confided in them about her
females will
relationship with
tell.
Walker and her pregnancy.
This should be a
One of
lesson to
those
most
women told
men.
us she took this picture of Jane Doe and Walker at a conference
There's a
in
woman ready to
2019.
tell on you right
He
now.
embraced her, and that embrace, it was very emotional. It lasted longer than a normal embrace.
Jane Doe is a registered independent who told us she
Because
voted
you
for
were
Donald
giving 'em
Trump
coochie,
in
ma'am.
2016 and
That's
2020.
why.
She says she decided to come forward now after watching Walker deny another woman's claim that he paid for her abortion too. As a
Oh,
candidate,
Lord.
Walker is a staunch opponent of abortion rights.
That is the height of hypocrisy. The height of hypocrisy.
Why is it
height of
hypocritical?
hypocrisy. He's
saying
a
one
man
thing
and
and
he
doing
can never
And
change.
so let's bring in Nightline anchor Juju
Bow.
Chang tonight. And Juju, of course, as you know, this
Sound like an angry woman, an angry ex-girlfriend. I want the men to understand there's always a woman out there ready to tell a lie on you. She's ready to ruin your life. There's probably a few on me right now. Oh, Jermaine dumped me. Yeah, he said I ate too much lasagna. He dumped me. Yeah, I'm telling ya. Man, I wish, ladies and gentlemen, that I could do something like this. I could pull something like this. Conservative media come to me. You get what I'm saying? One of these liberal women going up for office, Anthony Allen. Boy, I'm saying, hey, I got touched on my butt. And my balls got brushed against. I'm telling you, Anthony Allen, do you think I'll be able to get on there? Especially if I say, hey, it was 30 years ago. Yeah, I know I was still in diapers. I was still probably pooping my pants. I know it, but hey, my balls were brushed against. What do you think about this here? Man, oh man, Anthony Allen, there's always a woman ready to tell. She's always she had what these young girls call receipts. She had a old ass hotel receipt. Looked like it had some stains on it. And then yeah. And then they also had Anthony Allen. She had a picture of the brother sleeping. I'm wondering if she had a picture of the brother eating chicken and tap dancing. What do you think he saw?
Man, you're cracking me up, man. But I do not believe that any conservative, from Herman Cain, Justice Kavanaugh, Trump, are immune to these bimbo explosions. Okay. And I thank God that the election is like 6 days away, because if the election were like 2 months away or even longer, you can be guaranteed that Gloria Allred and her team could find a bimbo a month.
I'm telling you,
election day. Okay. And hey, we have seen this before, haven't we? Okay.
Oh yeah.
The bimbo explosions are part and parcel of the Democrat playbook. Yeah, like this is all real. You have Gloria Allred in her classic red.
Yep. You can't get around this. On.
And then you have this shock reporter. Her mouth is agape. She's just furious about what's taking place.
Yep.
And finally, you have the bimbo. They're all three of them are always in the same thing. The lawyer, the reporter, and the bimbo. Now, Trump did not know his bimbos.
Nope.
Kavanaugh did not know his bimbo.
Nope.
And Herschel Walker says he doesn't even know who this bimbo is. Now, Bill Clinton, he knew who these women were.
Yep.
Okay. So
Bill
he's the
Clinton
only
certainly
one
did.
that would have all these things happening with women, and he was accused of these things, and we know that they were true. Okay. So Bill Clinton had his problems, and they were true. But when it comes to conservatives, you can guarantee if you run for office, they will find some bimbos.
Oh yeah.
To throw at you, and you'll be like Herschel Walker. What? I don't even know these bimbos. Okay. And so this is what they do, because they need to have these bimbo explosions.
They need to
shave off like 2 or 3 points on the election. If it's really close, just shave it off a little bit, have a bimbo explosion, shave it off some more, have another bimbo explosion just to get it down so that they're even. Warnock has nothing. Herschel Walker will be the senator from Georgia. Herschel Walker will win. Warnock has nothing. And when I say bimbo explosions, I don't want the audience to get mad with me. That is a term that Hillary Clinton made up.
Yeah, she knows it.
That term up, not me. I'm just using her words. She called what was happening to Bill Clinton, she called them bimbo explosions. Okay.
I call it the horror brigade.
A term, kind of like we always say these October surprises. They don't have to happen in October, but they're surprises. And usually for conservatives, they're bimbo explosions.
Absolutely. A bimbo explosion, a horror explosion. Let me tell you, it's some explosions going on. Anthony Allen, let me tell you something. This is quintessential female type of stuff here. They want to get the females away from Herschel Walker.
Yes.
What do females do when they when they're done dating a guy and a guy doesn't want to date them anymore? Females do this a lot, Anthony Allen. Let me tell you something. They do it a lot. They go ahead and they go and they do what I call promoting. Okay, and promoting is going around and telling all the rest of the females how bad you are. They usually say, he played me. He took me out late at night. We went dancing. We had some drinks. I woke up from a beautiful night and then he was gone. Girl, he was gone, yes. And he got to Big Johnson and everything. I hate him, girl. Right? That's what they do. That's they think they're talking bad about the guy, but really, in a sense, they're promoting the guy. Because at the end, what the women will say, you got a Big Johnson too? He took you out? Where did you go? Ruth Chris? Where you go? Right? That's the way the women are. And guys know this. I should say a certain portion of men know this. that most women don't want a guy that women don't want. And I think that's something that women don't want to admit to. Let me say that again. Most women don't want a guy that most women don't want. Okay? Women want the guy that most women are chasing after, and that's usually the playboys. Yeah, the one with the fancy cars, right? The Lexus, right? The gosh darn nice truck, right? The Hellcat, right? Yeah, guys get that for the females because they know that they get abundance of females when they do that, and the females know, hey, he's a guy with a lot of girls around him. And he has options. I still gonna want to date him, and if I get played, oh well. Women ain't dumb. I want the other females out there who don't understand that to understand that these females play this game and they know it. They know that if they're gonna deal with Herschel Walker and such, you're gonna have to do certain things. You're gonna be accepting of certain things. Nobody's calling her a bimbo. Nobody's calling her a home wrecker. Right? Anthony, let's be honest. She's a whore, right? She's a home wrecker. That's what she is. Isn't she, ladies? She went out with a guy who was married and continued to sleep with him. And more than likely, she did it because she wanted to get a baby and some child support, so she can be taken care of. That is a female's game. So a guy like me, I'm not dumb. I've dated a lot of women out there. What can I say? A brother's mouth is really tight. But I can also tell you that this game is being played way too often, and we have too many lames in our party. Too many men who don't want to tell the truth about things that happen between men and women. And her, let's be honest, if you're sleeping with another woman's man, that means you're a home wrecker. And why should anybody listen to you 30 years from that? And if she can change from being a whore and a home wrecker, can he change, Anthony Allen?
Wow.
Why can't he change? Last words.
That was well said. This whole idea that who he was 30 years ago is who he is now. Who she was 30 years ago, she's changed, but who he was 30 years ago doesn't change. And so, that's that double standard that we see in relationships sometimes. Like the women can change, but the man does not change.
Absolutely.
Too, Herschel Walker is a millionaire. And of course, I don't know why he was dating her.
That's what I said.
Okay, because he had his pick of the litter, so to speak, but he was dating her. A man with those kinds of means, he could have a woman in Paris. He could have a woman in California. He doesn't have to have a local yokel like her. So, and of course, Herschel Walker has some growing up to do. Any man, I don't care how ugly they are, if they have the money, they become very, very attractive.
Absolutely.
Money is an aphrodisiac. Okay. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I don't care how ugly he is.
Yeah. 2 heads, ugly as sin. That guy got some money. He got women hanging off his arm.
Absolutely.
Okay? And so Herschel Walker had to learn very, very fast. They're after his money. And he probably learned that the hard way. Mm-hmm. And so most guys, if they're smart, they're going to keep that private.
Yep.
Because they want that woman to like them who they are. And they could be very, very successful. But if they're out there advertising, then they're just trying to get as many women as they can, screw them and leave them.
Yep.
And, handle their business that way. But I do want to thank Greg Rowan for his donation.
Shout out to Greg Rowan.
Thank you. Shout out to Greg. I appreciate that very much. But Herschel Walker, he's going to win, and men have to pay a price for changing, and they have to pay a price.
They have
for
to.
winning. Rush did, Trump did, even the Apostle Paul had to pay a price, and Herschel Walker will pay a price for becoming that senator, but he will win.
Absolutely, you have to pay a price when you're changing. When you're changing from evil to good, let me tell you, Satan will always remind you of what you did. Hey, remember that time back in 76? Yeah, don't you worry. We're going to bring that up. Don't you worry, right? So Satan wants you to become ashamed about your past, so that you will run away and not do what is right in the future. All right? So this is one of those things here. It's a female thing. Like I said, females always believe that the guy is somehow stuck in his way. No way he can change. But for her, she can always change. It's the most weirdest thing in the world. Guys, after we done dating a woman, we don't go around and tell about how bad the woman is. Hey, you know what? She can't cook. She was always, putting bleach on my clothes. You get what I'm saying, Anthony Allen? Mm-hmm. She was kicking my dog, all sorts of stuff. Guys got a lot of complaints about women, especially their old partners, but guys don't do that. But you will see females from here to Pakistan, they will date a guy. Even while they're dating the guy, they'll be talking crap about the guy on social media. When they're done with the guy, they somehow broke up with the guy. They're talking crap about the guy on social media. The guy goes up for a gosh darn job, a public job. And then what is the female doing? Trying to get attention on social media. That is what females do. It is. And more people, in my opinion, need to be honest about it. That's why I don't play that game when it comes to females. I just don't. They play the game with guys who allow them to play that type of game where, hey, they can run that emotional crap game. They can do all that, crappy stuff. With me, I call that type of stuff out. I like calling out the BS, and I wish more men were like that, Have standards out there, gentlemen. Instead of just, she just needs to have a mouth and a vagina. For most guys, that's all all a female need to bring is her mouth and her vagina. And, they don't have any standards. Guys need to start having standards. And when you start having standards, these females will start changing their tune, especially the way that they are talking. It's absolutely outrageous that we live in a society where men can go out for a public job, and then somehow 20, 30, 40 years later, there's some woman out there who has a gripe about what a guy did. It is just the most weirdest thing in the world, but yet our society allows it because our society right now is ran by females. Even the media right now is ran by females. You look at most of the commercials, tampons and LGBTQ folks. I mean, you just can't get around it. So that's what it is. That's what it is. I believe he will win. I believe so. And this is the main reason why they have started this bimbo eruption operation. Yeah. That is it. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for coming on in here. That is the end of the show. I want to thank you so much here, Anthony Allen. Any last words for our beautiful crowd?
Yeah, the beautiful crowd. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Kristen and Greg, for your donations. And we have to stay together. Do not let the media divide us along color lines in particular. We are going to win the midterms. It's going to be a red tsunami. If you look at the data and the statistics, all of our candidates are even with the Democrats or have surpassed the Democrats. And so just like you said, the bimbo eruption operation, it's in place. They're going to do everything they can to win this. And if they cannot win it right out, they will cheat to win.
Yep.
But we have an operation. We're looking at all the polls. We have poll watchers everywhere, and it's going to be hard for them to cheat. So we're going to win this one and stay together. Don't get fooled by the okie doke. You know, every time you see someone on our side getting beat up by the media, don't automatically think the person deserves it or could be in the wrong. That's part of their campaign to suppress the Republican voters. So stay together. We're going to win this one.
Absolutely. Stay together. And if you can't vote on Election Day, Anthony Allen, I don't trust this vote early crap. That is a way for liberals to cheat. Conservatives, be smart. Don't listen to what liberals are doing. Hey, vote early, vote early. When I hear that, cheat early, cheat early. That's what I hear. You get what I'm saying? Anthony Allen, you vote early. That lets the Democrats be able to see how many votes they need to whoop your ass.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? You vote on Election Day. The crooks have a hard time deciphering, hey, you know, how many votes should we throw in here? You get what I'm saying? Should we throw 20? Should we throw, 400? They don't know. So that should be across the board for Republicans. Vote on Election Day. Voting early gives them a chance to cheat. So that is what I want to say. In November 8th, for everybody out there, make sure you vote. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on in here, hanging out with us. Hopefully you had a very good time. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to thank everybody who donated as well. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we shall see you next time for another edition of Conservative Nation. You guys take care. Have a very beautiful night. Bye-bye.